Welcome back, guys. I hope you're having a great weekend. Today we're gonna go, we're gonna talk about how it is to live with a Mark III Skoda Superb. I'm making this video for you guys who probably are looking for one, want to buy one, and are wondering, is this car for me? Is this not for me? So I'm gonna try and go through everything I can think of about the car, like what is good, what is not so good, and hopefully this video helps you out. But before we do that, let's wash it because it is dirty. So there we have it, she's washed and she's looking good. There are a bit of rock chips on the paint, but we'll see when we're gonna do some paint correction and stuff. But for now, it is perfectly fine. So all we have to do now is find a quiet place where we can talk and we can go through everything what this car has to offer. See you in a little bit. So, my plan didn't work out as I thought it would. The quiet place I was thinking about, it is just up the road to the right. A friend of mine has a cabin right there. It just goes inside the forest. It's a forest area here to the right side, and I thought it would be the perfect place, quiet and nice, no people around for me to, film around the car and show you. But there's something I didn't take into account, and that is no one has cleaned the snow there for the past 5 months, and the snow is basically up to my doors. Look at this. Look how high the snow is, and that is not only snow, that is like snow and ice, because it's been warm and it's been melting and it's been snowing again and stuff like that. And it is kind of impossible for me to drive in there with the car for at least a month, I think. So right now I'm just parked to the side of the road. Just to the side on the main road, there's like a parking place where you can just park and rest if you want, but I'm gonna film here. Yeah, there are a bunch of cars driving by once in a while, but I'm sorry about this. And yeah, so let's start from the inside. So this is the inside of the car. It's all black. It has a black, let me just remove my glasses so I can see better on the camera. So it has a black what's it called, ceiling, or inliner, I'm sorry. It has this is the Sportline version, as I mentioned. For those of you who don't know, this is a 2018 Mark III Skoda Superb. This is the petrol engine. It's a 2-liter petrol, 4-cylinder, factory, 280 horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque. Now this one has a stage 1 tune, so it's about 350 horsepower and 450 Newton meters of torque, I believe. I haven't dynoed it because there is no dyno in the close proximity of where I live, but I think I found one. Well, when by found one, I mean like 4.5 hours drive from here. So I'm planning to go there during the summer and dyno and test and see if those, because it's been tuned with these little boxes. It's from a BSR. It's a pretty famous in Sweden actually, and I want to see if their claims are actually correct and if it's indeed increasing your power. So anyway, it does have the flat bottom steering wheel, perforated leather. I like the perforated leather when it's new, but this one right now it's kind of 6, almost 7 years old, so it's being used and it's getting kind of slippery. So right now it's I'm thinking about to do a custom steering wheel, but we'll see about that. The only thing that I don't like about this steering wheel is it doesn't have paddle shifters. That is something I would like to have. It does have it is heated steering wheel though, so that is pretty good for, well, the summer. Oh, well, not the summer, I mean the winters around here. For those of you who don't know, I live in the northern part of Sweden. There is still snow outside, and there is winter for like 6-8 months, I believe. So on average the temperature of like -10 right now is -6, and you can see it there in the instrument cluster. So instrument cluster, half digital, well no, it's analog and digital in the middle, which I kind of like. I think you can retrofit the fully digital instrument cluster from the facelift version if you want to. I haven't tried that now yet, but I kind of like this one. By the way, I mentioned this is a petrol car, so it is not very economic. So if you're looking about economy, you're probably gonna want to go for the diesel. But I'm gonna give you an example right now. So I just drove like about 40 kilometers, and the average consumption is 10.4 liters. 12.7. I'm sorry, it just updated like long term. So 12.7 liters. That is not economical at all. Otherwise, the interior is kind of nice. Here is kind of like looks like a carbon fiber, but it's, well, it's not, but it's a nice touch. A little bit of, I think it's like Alcantara on the doors and the seats. Let me show you the seats. These are the sport seats. Pretty comfy, not gonna lie. It has heated front seats. As I mentioned, it has a heated steering wheel. So this is the infotainment. I like it. This is the old gen because it's not the facelift. The only thing that I kind of don't like is that it doesn't have wireless Android Auto, so you must use a cable, and I hate having cables going around here in the middle. But I think I have a solution for that. I'm gonna test it and I'm gonna try it out, so stay tuned. What else? Here's the cup holder. Has 3 cup holders, kind of. One for a bigger one and a smaller bottles, if you have some. Glove compartment. This is your infotainment control unit, basically. It has an offline navigation, so, well, I'm not gonna put it in navigation right now because you're gonna see where I am, and I really don't want to do that. So you have basically an SD card here with the maps. You can download the updated maps from the Skoda's website and you just put them by yourself. I have used this navigation a couple of times and it's decent. One good thing about navigation that is when you turn it on, when you give it a destination, it also shows up here on the instrument cluster. It gives you navigation as well, so that's kind of nice. What else? So let's go at the back seats. There is a plenty of room in the back seats. Let me just move my camera equipment and stuff. So I'm 175, so I'm not that tall, but this is my driving position for the seat and I still have plenty of room. I can stretch my legs if I want to. Plenty of room for my legs, so someone taller even can fit back here. Plenty of headspace. Perfect. Well, it's a family car, it's an estate, so climate controls at the back. I love that. Heated seats at the back as well. Really good for, well, someone at the back. Again, a bit of Alcantara at the doors, so it's pretty nice. It's a nice touch. What else? Yeah, it has like a little lights here if you want to read something during night, I suppose. Let's check if there are any cars incoming. There are no cars. Okay, there is one now coming. So yes, it is a warning that it doesn't have any keys because I have the key in my jacket, but it has an umbrella inside the door if you want one. You have another one on the other door. I don't know if this was bought separately or not, but that's a good little touch, I think. And there's supposed to have well, I think it's frozen. Yeah, it was a little frozen because I just washed the car. They were supposed to have a nice scraper right here, but I kind of lost mine, so I'm gonna buy a new one. Let's check the trunk. So the trunk is pretty spacious. A lot of room in here, a lot of room. I have my washing stuff that I washed the car and some brake discs. I believe it is a 660 liters of space, if I remember correctly. It has a subwoofer to the left side because it has the premium Skoda Canton sound system. And the other side you just have like a first aid kit and stuff like that. So you have more at the bottom, but it's kind of heavy right now because I have these brake discs are not light, they're kind of heavy, I have to be honest. It has additional compartment left from the steering wheel. Honestly, never used that before. So now I'm gonna be driving back and I'm gonna film a little bit to capture how loud it is inside while you're driving. Keep in mind that I have studded tires, so right now I'm basically driving with the studded tires on the asphalt, and that is making it a little bit noisier than it should be. But it is not that bad. It is okay. So I don't know if I said this, but I've been dating this car for the past 4 years, and for everyday car, it's a pretty good. You have plenty of space. You have a huge boot. You can fit a lot of stuff, a lot of groceries if you want to. I have fitted in there 3 huge chicken bags that people use when they're flying by planes, and the chicken bags that you have like a 23 kilograms or something of maximum weight limit, so I have fit 3 of those in the boot, no problems. If you put the rear seats down, you're gonna have way more space, so it's a pretty decent daily driver, I would say. Now, is it the best? Is it the most comfortable? Not. What is it the most comfortable? Well, of course not. I mean, it's a Skoda. It's not a premium brand or anything. But it is perfectly fine for what it was. I bought this car in December 2020 for, I think it was 31,000 euros back in the day, and right now, if I want to sell it, I think I can sell it for pretty much the same price, perhaps even a little bit more, because, well, it has a few things that others don't, like the color, for example. This is like the premium color. As far as I know, this color has been offered only with the Sportline model, and it is like the most expensive one that you can get. That wasn't like my goal when I bought the car. I had no idea about that. I found that eventually. But yeah, especially during the summer and even now during the winter, it's pretty catching the eye. I know it's just a Skoda, but it is catching the eye, and I've got a couple of compliments here and there, that especially when I wash it, because when it's dirty, nobody's really paying attention to it. But when I wash the car and people are like, "Wow, it's a really nice car," I was like, "Well, thanks." But yeah, if I want to sell it right now, I think I can get the same price, perhaps even a little bit more than what I paid for, because it's, as I said, it's a 2018 model, and it has only 57,000 kilometers now. Most or almost all of the cars from this year are already 100,000 and above. So low mileage plus the color. I think it's gonna bump up the price more than usual, I suppose. And if you have taken care of it, that is a plus. So I've been changing the oil every year. Usually Volkswagens, they have and Skodas, they have a flexible service interval, which is pretty bad in my opinion. So that one is between 1 and 3 years, and between 10,000 and 13,000 kilometers. I immediately, when I bought the car, I was like, nope. So I changed my interval to 1 year. It's a fixed interval, 10,000 kilometers or 1 year, but I don't really drive 10,000 kilometers per year. But nevertheless, I'm changing my oil every 365 days. So basically every year I'm changing my oil, and so I'm taking care. Otherwise, I haven't really changed anything on the car since I bought it, except for the is the camera still facing now? Because I think it's kind of twisted a little bit. Let me just quickly check. Yeah, it's still facing me, so it's fine. Is it? No, it is definitely twisting. Just try and fix it. Hopefully, it stays there right now. Anyway, as I was saying, I haven't changed anything on the car. Nothing has broken yet. The parts that I have replaced with aftermarket ones, these are because I wanted to change them. It's not because they needed to be changed. There are a few things that I have seen break on these cars pretty often. The electrical motors for the boots, if you have electrical boots, those break. Now, I haven't had problems with them so far. Maybe because for the past 4 years I used to have a warm garage where I keep the car in during the night, so that perhaps helped a little bit. But I did move in August last year, so I don't have a garage anymore, and so we'll see what happens. But hopefully they last, because they are pretty expensive. I do have a video about how to maybe fix one, depending on what the problem is. If you have a problem with those, so I'm gonna link it somewhere, like maybe in the top right corner, if you haven't watched that. And if you have a problem with your electrical boot, if the issue is within those motors, there's a video how to maybe fix that issue. Otherwise, yeah, I haven't had any issues. Last time I lifted the car on a lift, it was in December, and I noticed that my boot on the rear left drive axle, the outside boot on the joint, has been leaking a little bit, so I have to fix that. And other than that, everything else is running fine so far. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the car, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people are saying that yeah, but it's an estate, I want a sporty car, and I've also heard it's an old person's car and stuff like that. I mean, for me, it is an estate and it's a sporty car. You can have a lot of fun, and I'm having some fun, trust me. So maybe we're gonna go like stage 2 and perhaps stage 3 in the future and make this car even more powerful, while at the same time have this amount of space in the car. It's amazing. I think it's incredible. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like this kind of videos, I know that right now I'm only filming the Skoda, but I'm planning to have other cars on the channel pretty soon. So if you like this kind of videos, please hit that subscribe button, keep in touch, and I'm gonna try and upload more often because I want to grow this channel and see what happens. So I'm gonna keep, for the moment, I'm gonna keep this the same, basically the same upload content. I'm gonna be doing some how-to DIYs, probably not only the Skoda, and eventually in the future when I get something else I will keep doing DIYs, and also I'm gonna be continuing with the build. I'm gonna installing some more mods pretty soon to the Superb, so hit that subscribe button, follow me on Instagram, and see you guys next time. Bye.